We are to factorize completely the expression we have over here. So this falls under type 2 of factorization, that is using the method of grouping. Therefore, when you have anything like this, group them into two, where those two that you are grouping should have something in common. So I should be having x squared minus ax, that is, they have x in common. Then I would be having plus into bracket bx minus ab, because they have b in common. So now I'll solve this as a type 1 factorization, where what is common among this, it is the x which is common from our previous lesson. You realize that you choose the one with the smallest part. So the x over here are 2, but I've taken one out, so it is left with one of the x. Take away. The x over here is also taken out, so I'm left with the a, such that when I expand this, I should be having what is at the top, plus what is common here, that is the b. Then bx, the b is out, so I'm left with the x, minus ab, the b is already out, so I'm left with the a. We can see that what we have in this bracket is the same as what we have in this bracket. When you reach this stage and the brackets are not the same, it means there's an error somewhere. So go back and check. But if the brackets, what you have in the brackets are the same, then it means you have done the right thing. Therefore, at this stage, you group the variables or the numbers that may be found outside the bracket, put them into one bracket. So I have x plus b. Then you now choose one of the brackets because they are the same. Take any one of them. So I have x minus b. Let us try our hands on this. You can pause the video and try to solve this. Then later, check if your answer is right or you made an error somewhere. Now, as usual, we have to group this. So I have my 3a squared plus 2ab minus into bracket 12ac plus 8bc. Somebody will ask, why has the minus become plus? It is simply because there is a negative outside the bracket. So when you use multiplication, negative by positive will give you negative, and negative by positive will still give you negative. But when I put negative here, it means negative by negative should give me positive, and I don't have positive at the top. That is why this place became positive. So anytime you put negative outside the bracket, be sure to check your symbols, that is your operations, very well. So now at this stage, what is common here? 2 and 3. There is no HCF. Now a square and a, I can factor a out. Nothing is left. Therefore, I should be having my 3. The a's are 2. I've taken one out, so it is left with one of the a. Plus, I have my 2 this A is out. I'm having B left minus HCF of 12 and 8 is 4. So I have my 4. What else is common? That is the C. Therefore, how many 4s are in 12? Which is 3. The A is out. So no, the C rather is out. So I'm left with the A plus how many 4s are in 8? Which is 2. The B is there, but the C is already outside. So this is what I have in the bracket. Now let's look at the two brackets. Can we see that this bracket is the same as this bracket? That tells you that you have done the right thing. So at the end, those outside the bracket are A minus 4C. And those inside the bracket are 3A plus 2B as our final answer. This is what I have now. And as usual, I'm supposed to group them by looking at 3p squared plus 2qt. There is nothing in common. So what you need to do is to rearrange your expression such that you can have something in common. So I'll rewrite this as 3p squared plus 6pq plus 2qt plus pt, such that now I have p in common and I have t in common. So I'll put this in brackets and put this also in brackets. What is the HCF of 3 and 6? That is 3. P square and P. P is common. So now the 3 is out. One of the P is out. So I am left with one of the P plus how many 3's are in 6? Which is 2. The P is out. So I'm left with a Q plus what is common here? You can see it is only the T which is common. Therefore, I have my 2Q left here because the T is gone plus the T here is also outside. That is the P. So let's look at what is in the bracket. I have P plus 2Q and 2Q plus P. Let's not be alarmed. Somebody might be thinking the brackets are different. They are the same because addition is commutative. 2 plus 3 is 5 and 3 plus 2 is 5, meaning the brackets are the same. Therefore, what do we have outside the bracket? We have 3p plus t outside the bracket, so we put them in one bracket. And what do we have in the bracket? We have p plus 2q in the brackets. So outside the bracket, in the bracket. Therefore, this is how to deal with such a question when you come across it.